Oh my goodness, what a fantastic morning. What a great time to be off. Oh, absolutely. And to think all these years I worried about going into retirement. In all these years I worried about money. Want to know how not to worry about money anymore? I'll tell you. Good morning. Welcome back to the Dollar Bill. Walking around on this beautiful Friday morning. It's about 40 degrees. Taking in all the beautiful sights. What more could you ask for? Had a wonderful conversation with my daughter yesterday about money. Of course, one of my favorite topics. To be honest though, sometimes I find the subject a little boring because I talk about it quite a bit. But it's something that really needs to be talked about. So we don't have to talk about it all the time in the future. Focus on it now, at least a little bit somewhat. She has many friends who are fairly wealthy, fairly well off. That's always impressive. I think she wants to be one of the people in the future that has wealth that can display it. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, the missus and I, we were both teachers, so we have to really choose to either display our wealth or utilize our wealth to live off of. It's a philosophy I'd like to call the army of dollars. And I kind of think of my grandfather when I talk about anything to do with the military, of course. He's the one who first taught me about money. The army of dollars is this idea or this principle that, I know this is going to sound kind of like a crazy figure here, but every $1 million that you have invested is going to kick off about 40 grand after a year, assuming long-term capital gains, right? And of course, assuming inflation, 3%, invest for 8% or 7%, you get to keep 4%. Another way you might look at this is every $250,000 you earn kicks off about $10,000, about 10 grand. So if you don't need all of those soldiers, those what I like to call sacrificial soldiers that your army of dollars produces, they can go back up there and generate more money to continue the fight. But each 10 grand from every $250,000 can really be utilized to fund your life. In the ideal world, I think about finances kind of like a pyramid. You know, at the base of the pyramid, you know, we have things like our pension. If you don't have a pension, perhaps it's Social Security. If you don't have that, you can purchase a single premium immediate annuity. Again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but it is certainly a strategy you could consider to meet your basic needs, so you don't have to worry about what the stock market is doing. A lot of people don't know this, but there's a period from about 1966 to about 1982, which is a 16-year period of time where the stock market did absolutely nothing. It basically moved sideways. So I prefer to have my foundational needs, so I can go on a walk like this, met by a portfolio that I don't have to think about. Whether mathematically it's perfect or not doesn't really matter to me. The second layer of that pyramid is what I like to call dry powder for our army. And in that layer, we keep about 5 to 10 years worth of living expenses that just keep up with inflation. Could be in a CD ladder, could be in money market, or something that yields 3 to 4% at least. So again, this is 5 to 10 years of dry powder minus the portion that's covered by the base of your pyramid, by your annuity. On the top of that pyramid, we have the part which I like to call the self-actualization part. I don't want to say that it's fun money, but it could be. This could also, if you have a good market, it could also help to build up the years of dry powder, but it can also be used for self-actualization, legacy, donation, or anything you really want it to be. It doesn't have to be the smallest part of your portfolio just because it's at the top, but it's the most active part. Whether it's an 80-20 stock to bond mix, it can help feed your lifestyle. But again, at the base of the pyramid is your annuity. The middle layer is your 5 to 10 years minus the annuity. So if you have $80,000 lifestyle and your annuity funds 60 grand of it, you need to have $100,000 to $200,000 in that portfolio, in that middle layer. And the rest is really up to you. I use low-cost index funds, snooze fest, but that's okay. What I like to have is a portfolio that allows me to sleep at night and enjoy things like this. So how will you organize your money in such a way that allows you to sleep at night, that allows you to have great comfort, that allows you to enjoy things like this without any worry, without any stress? And once again, check it out.